Hey, Drew. We've all kind of been asking Vic, and folks have asked John and everybody about you and what you need to do coming down the stretch here. And I guess I just wanted to put it to you when you look at your play, when you evaluate it, what do you like, and then kind of what are a couple things where you go, man, I have to stop doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like one of the best things about my game is it ends up, sometimes getting me, but one of the best things is being able to turn a bad play into a good one, being able to extend drives with my feet and, making some throws that, I wouldn't say like maybe the average person could make. But sometimes when I try to make those throws, my timing and maybe in the moment to try to make that throw wouldn't be the best. So they kind of coexist, and I'm figuring out how to, be able to balance both of those to be able to help us extend drives, make the plays that I know I can make to help us keep moving the ball forward. But it's about knowing the timing, when to do it, and really realizing if that play is actually there. And over the last couple of weeks, I've been getting more comfortable with this offense and being able to make plays that maybe necessarily in earlier weeks I wouldn't have made.
Thanks so much. Drew, it seems like week by week, the hot topic in Broncos country is Drew Lock the quarterback of the future? Will they stick with Drew Lock in 2021? Does that bother you, distract you? What do you think about all that talk?
No, I mean, the quarterback's the most important position on the field. Everyone wants to talk about it. Everyone thinks they can play it better than what they're seeing on the TV. So it's just an easy position for people to talk about and gossip about. And, it is what it is when you play this position. I'm looking forward to going out and making another claim this weekend that I should be the guy here and, keep winning, try to win these last two and, then just show what I can do. And the decision is the decision. But no, I do believe I'm the guy here. And with progressing over time with this offense, hopefully getting another year in the same offense, the sky's the limit for us as a young team. We learned a lot this year, and we're going to keep learning and keep making plays and hopefully win these last two and, look forward to going into the next season.
Next one, Nico.
Yeah, Drew, one positive has certainly been red zone performance for the offense going back to Kansas City. 7 straight trips into the red zone have ended with touchdowns. What are you seeing out of those situations that you think you guys are doing well, and what part of those can kind of be extrapolated over to, kind of the full scope of the field?
Yeah, we have a good plan in the red zone every single week, and we execute it well. We focus a lot on it during the week and realize that when you get down there, it's not about field goals. It's about us sticking in the end zone and finishing that drive. We're all on the same page. The little details that matter a lot in the field and even in the red zone get amped up more in the red zone. And we've just been dialed in, extremely focused, and we make the plays when they come to us in the red zone. Everyone wants to score a touchdown. Everyone's busting their butt. And we've been performing well, putting the ball where it needs to be, catching the ball when it gets to them, and blocking it up well. And even being able to run down there really helps us. I mean, you saw the run last week that we busted off for a big run and a touchdown. So being able to do that and have a great balance down there is what I think, keeps teams on their heels.
Excellent.
Drew, thanks for joining us today. When we talked to Justin after the game, he said that it's been such a weird season with COVID and injuries, but then he says, like the NFL, there's no excuses. But is there a sense when you're in the building, an understanding that as just young offense, that is some of the context of no offseason, no preseason, that there were going to be struggles, and specifically as they're evaluating you?
I mean, we all wish we had more reps at the beginning. We all wish we had the preseason to be able to, go out on a field against another team and kind of get this thing rolling a little bit. And we did realize that some of the mistakes and the growing pains had to come in actual games this year. It's an understanding. It is what it is. But like Justin said, there is no excuses. It was about us learning from those mistakes and trying not to make them down the road. And I think the mistakes have, limited themselves as the year has gone on, because we've gotten more familiar with our offense and our identity as an offense. And truthfully, in my mind, I feel like it can just keep skyrocketing and go somewhere where, the people that we've talked about, the future and whatnot, they can enjoy watching us. They can enjoy watching us play, and we can score a lot of points and, win a lot of games.
Drew, what can you take from the comeback against the Chargers, and how do they look different now with your pal Chris Harris Jr. healthy and playing on the other side?
Yeah, anytime you add Chris to the mix, your defense gets better. That's what we're going to have to deal with. And they've been playing a little different, a couple things here and there that, we'll have to adjust to. But it's going to come down to me knowing what we're going into this week, knowing my reads, where to get the ball if the first couple reads aren't open, me taking care of the ball, us establishing a run game. Same thing every week. It's us taking care of the ball, finding completions, moving the chains, establishing a run game. And, again, I'll say it again, take care of the ball. And if we do that, we'll keep progressing as an offense and find ourselves in a situation at the end of games to win.
Next one, Eric.
Drew, do you view the next step in your progression kind of stacking games in a row like the one you had against the Panthers? And what's the key to doing that if you could point to one or two things?
Yeah, stacking would be huge. Just to be able to, here's a win, here's a win, here's a good game, here's a good game, here's a good game in a row. And that's the kind of rhythm that you want to get into during the season. For me, it's just going to be keeping the same prep going into each week. Not trying to amp it up too much and not trying to, you had a good week, let a couple things slip throughout the week. That's one thing you can't do. It's all about being ready for that Sunday, taking every advantage, during the week to be able to be ready for Sunday. And it's just about, again, preparing the same way every single week and, trying to find the differences between the teams you're playing to be able to go out there and realize what you're seeing and complete passes, keep the chains moving, and go score touchdowns.
Time for a few more. Next one, Arnie.
Hey, Drew, I just wanted to piggyback off of Troy's question. With the vaccine now and it looks like, we'll return to some semblance of normalcy in the new year. Nobody knows what it's going to look like in the off season, but what would it mean to have a kind of a normal off season with the guys, Jerry and KJ and the rest to kind of get some rhythm going? And how big do you think that would be in the development of this?
Yeah, it would mean everything for us, including myself. Not only, you get to do phase 1 and phase 2 and meet with coaches, talk over offensive plan again, rehash some of the things that, we might have had to skip over at the beginning of this year just to be able to get into bigger picture things, to be able to go out and run an offense and put an offense on the field. Chemistry with wide receivers, even snap counts with offensive line. There's just a lot of stuff that you don't want to brush over, but if it was a bigger picture item, you had to focus on that. There's just some smaller things with the amount of time that we had to, talk about very briefly and get going. And I feel like having a full off season, being able to talk over everything, like I said, chemistry with offensive line, chemistry with wide receivers, knowing what the identity is going into the year and really knowing what we're good at. That'll be huge for this team and huge for everybody on this offense.
Last two, George, then Zach.
Yeah, Drew, I think I know the answer to this question, but do you think Garrett should have been on the Pro Bowl? And if so, I guess what would have been your case for him making it?
I've been standing behind and being protected from Garrett extremely well this year. I'm extremely proud of the way he's played. I think he's one of the best in the league right now. And, of course, I'll vouch for anybody on my team that plays the way he has to be in the Pro Bowl. Super happy for Justin and Bradley. But, I would have to say that I would have liked to see Garrett on that list.
Last one.
Hey, Drew, thanks for talking with us. You say that you think you're the guy for the future. In these next two games, what's the most important thing that you think you need to show and do in order to prove that you're the guy?
I think the biggest thing in this league is winning games. It's going to be about me going out there and my play, representing a winning play from a quarterback. The ball's in my hands every single snap. It's about me taking care of it and helping us move that ball down the field to be able to score points to win a game. In my mind, that's all I want to do. I want to win these last two, and whatever it takes, whether that's me handing the ball off 50 times or that's me throwing it 50 times, whatever it's going to take for us to win this game, it's my job to play my best football and help us go do that.